Currently, we're on the offensive pen testing path. We finished the junior penetration testing path a bit ago. Or rather, we just did 2 rooms, I guess. Yeah, so we finished Alfred and Hackpack. So we're on the 3rd room here now. Yeah. Right, and this should have started almost good enough. Let's see if there's another Windows one. Game Zone. I think I'll actually close the window because it's kind of noisy. Just in the morning, you know, all the cars they're driving way to work. So I'm going to just close the window, even if I have the filter on. I will. So they thought I had prepared everything right. So I even dressed for the running stream for later. Will be the last since it's my kids' last day of school. I'll be the last IRL stream over there. So I'm planning to climb those tiny racks for the last time before summer, probably. At 14. So now let's get started reading this one. Game Zone. Learn to hack into this machine. Understand how to use SQL map, crack some passwords, reveal services using reverse SSH tunnel, and escalate your privileges to root. Okay, meaning Linux machine then? We'll see. Yeah, so I started the box. Deploy the vulnerable machine. We did. This room will cover SQLi, exploiting this vulnerability manually and via SQL map. Nice. Cracking a user's hash password using SSH tunnels. Most interesting bit here, I think. To reveal a hidden service and using a Metasploit payload. Well. To gain root privilege. I prefer manual stuff to Metasploit. Answer the question. Deploy, yes. And I clicked this yesterday. I do keep this little tiny streak that's 49 days now. What is the name of the large cartoon avatar holding the sniper? Okay, on the forum. We will have to look at the page. So, the phone closed. Come on, Google. I don't need to have prompt expired thingy up. I'm sure I'll get an ad on this one now. There. So. I was trying to switch you over to my right screen, but I'll just start the VPN first. While my switch screens phone. There. Yeah, right VPN. Because I didn't have the right one last time. No, that was not perfect. I'm a bit sweaty from being outside, and it's moist, the air, there's cloud cover, today, and it's kind of moist air, so you get sweaty from just doing nothing. And me stressing to get back here in time, which I didn't really, because my hobby was slow. Nah, it's okay. It's not that slow either. Not that late. So. So what did it say? Okay. We updated. Yesterday when I updated Kali, it held back a lot of stuff. Though I had the 2004 dot whatever it is to I did the full and it installed the rest, so I don't know exactly why it held it back, but I don't think I got a new version. So it should be updated. So that's why we got the question about the GRE. There. So we'll see how much we'll use this, but as I'm using it as a proxy. Right. So we were doing Portswigger. Let's actually put it down here. And the machine IP. Right, let's also make some notes. I do have my notes up already, and they're on the right screen, so right. I'm sorry, we'll just double check what on earth I did. Yes, select up at star. Oh, okay. I did CD before here. Right. So let's not do that now.
Zero Steffer 34K says, "Good morning."
Good morning. I have to read your name. The freak. Yeah, that's also a fun name. So welcome in. I'll add this later, or rather, I could just have copied it. I don't remember it now. Let's quickly check it again. So we can get the command even if I don't remember, but I think it was this one. So I have my notes ready. I'm kind of sure it's that one. So we're going to make box notes for this machine. Let's see. Here. Oops. New folder. Game zone. And let's paste the IP. Of course, I copied something else between. There. So
is the subject IP. About exe information you can check dumpen?
It's like just what you look at properties in Windows. If you want the basic information, like the version of the program. But I didn't take the time now to check which of the commands were the exact right one. One was given other information of the program, of the ones I looked there. So, but if you have more to add, please do. So this is just, I'm not sure if you need high permissions maybe to get this one. So it might not be valuable anyway. I'll have to try it later on a box or something. So let's actually move this to my other screen, so we can have only the box up here. Yeah, let's start an Nmap too, of course. But the first question was on the web page, so I'm assuming there's one on port 80. Oh. It was bleeding on my hand. I was like, what? So let's go to the page while that is running. Game zone. I assume since game. I can't read that letter. Let's zoom this thing. So we have a login.
It's freaky, I like
one.
it.
Yeah. What letter? It kind of looks like an E, but these are E's. So, gone. Very odd G in that case. Backwards. Yeah, it could be a backwards G.
Game zone.
Yeah, but it's game zone over here. So welcome to game zone. Is this a, yeah, maybe this is. So they just had to type it again to make us be possible to read it, right? So this looks like something my younger brother would have made 20 years ago. But for like music sharing. Okay, so what was the question? Let's check the question, because I prefer actually when
I did not
there
notice
are not
that it's
so
right there.
many.
I just read the logo.
Oh yeah, yeah, cool. You can decrypt them strange letters. What is the name of the large cartoon avatar holding a sniper on what? Cartoon avatar. Oh my goodness. I don't even know what image they're talking about. So can't we just have normal questions, please? So online is probably this thing. Lorem ipsum. You're like almost tricked into trying to read it. So downloads, nothing. Community, about. So let's just.
What was the question?
What is the name of the large cartoon avatar holding a sniper on the forum? I don't even know what a sniper is. Isn't a sniper like a person shooting? And I guess this would be like a sniper rifle then?
Hitman 2.
Hitman 2. Okay. There are actually 5 space 2 letters. So we'll see. Very. You mean this one, the odd one here?
Try Hitman 2.
Okay, thanks. Sure, I usually don't want help, but this is definitely not my thing. But I'm assuming we should probably, it's not correct, but we should probably search for the image, you know?
Hitman.
I missed the N there, right? So let's actually go do what we were probably supposed to do and search for the image. So let's see. I guess we'll view the source and see. Maybe it's like the image name, or we'll have to Google it. The last one we had to Google an image. Well, someone else might have known what it was. Not the thumbnail.
Yeah, Google Lens can help.
Yeah, so let's see. GIF. I should have looked further up. Search button. User logon GIF. I guess it's good learning to do all the things, so. Well, anyway, we have the form action posts. Button enter, login enter. So I'm thinking, is it the CSS? The image is in the CSS? Maybe? Maybe I just missed it. Header image. We can just look at what this is. And now we are also at view source. So, since I couldn't right click the image, no, I could. Let's just open it here and see. That's a very funny image. And it wasn't also the one I thought first. So let's save this image. Or we could probably use that one. Let's make a new one. I'm learning the graphical interface.
GitGlocked says.
Game zone.
Gem.
Yeah. Track me. So let's just save that image and let's Google it. Let's Google.
This is a good box. I did it a few weeks ago.
Okay. Nice. My goodness. Let's click the image. And let's upload the one. That was the last one. Game zone. Oh, look, we can actually see it now. See what we find. Agent 47 is probably the thing. So there. Since so it was the right one. It sounded nice with the SSH tunnels to reveal a hidden service. That sounds interesting. But these I get kind of annoyed at. But I guess it's good to practice thinking of the images too, on a site. So it kind of feels early in the morning though, 8:30. Obtain access. Right, you didn't see that? Okay. Obtain access. I don't know when I switched back to that one. Didn't my button work? Anyway, whatever. Obtain access via SQLi. In this task, you will understand more about SQL. Structured query language. I never even thought, SQL is SQL, right? I should actually put this in my acronyms because I don't even think of it as an acronym, It's just SQL. It's always been SQL. Does it mean anything? Yes, it does. So, acronyms, just put it here. For SQL, it's in the list. It's just too obvious, you know. Here, and also the nmap should definitely be done. So let's check it out. 2280. What a surprise. We never saw that before. So I think it'll be web, but we're kind of exploring the web here. The web page. Oh, I'm not tired. I'm just, I don't know, morning. So I was highlighting one of the old streams yesterday, and the audio was horrible. So I really am like, please tell me. And also one, I was like blurry all the things. I was blurry all the time. By the way, let's check. Am I blurry today?
John Rosemary says,
am I blurry?
Good morning.
I don't think I'm blurry, right? Good morning, good morning. Good morning, John Rosemary. And welcome back in. So, let's look at that question. We'll follow the partly. We'll see. Maybe I will like not read all of the things. But also it's morning. How you can potentially manipulate queries to communicate with the database. And I recently got some fun lists. So this starts explaining what SQL is. I guess I'll just read it. I don't think it's like telling us everything, right? Or is it? Yeah, it is probably. So, how much do I just want to follow the room? How much do I want to try stuff myself first, right? So let's assume we don't have to look at this anymore. And here I found the form with a post, which I assume is this one. I guess this might be one too, the site search. So I'm still not like confident, but we could of course also just test if this breaks the thing, right? I guess I should make a like SQLi what to do thing, right? Let's do that. So I have made in my notes. So I'm going to we have the network exploration, where we have a start here for network if you don't get anything, you know, and then connection stuff, but here is the one for web. Here, start here. But I'm thinking I should have a SQLi one too, right? Or like it's a part of this one, of course. By the way, let's open this as a new one so we have that one up still. And I do have stuff here. It's not like I don't have anything here.
The freak says,
Up there.
Up there.
Gitlocked says, you have SQLi.
Yeah, I have. These are just a few images, unfortunately, yet. But I have SQL here too. with SQL injection. And yesterday I was watching someone stream, and or 2 days ago, and I was like, you should try this command. And I was like, I have notes on this, and I looked and I looked and I looked, and I couldn't find it. And then I was like, oh, I had a number 8 here that was SMB. So now I moved my SMB into my Windows because I didn't find it because I was only looking in Windows for SMB, right? And I was looking for this. No. Yeah, these things. This is what I was looking for, and I told him tipped about the guest thing. But I wanted to have the whole line just and I couldn't remember it, especially with all the changes of the. Now it's NXC, and I didn't remember. Oh my god! Well, it's N. What is the new thingy?
Yay Anon SMB shares.
Yeah. So anyway, he did it, and he found that information, but I didn't find it because I had it here at number 8. So SQL, having a separate for SQL might, but as you might want to have SQL stuff on Linux and on Windows, right? So it shouldn't be in a separate one. I guess it should be separate like this. But it could also be on web because it's usually web stuff, but it's not always web stuff. Or rather, I've seen Gar just run SQL map on a machine. I don't think I have it here, probably. But he just ran it on the machine, and he got hits, fun stuff. I'll need to learn this more. And this room was supposed to be SQL map too, right? So anyway, this is not a good thing. Let's just look through these. Where did I put my... Well, we could try this one. We could try... This is... parameter, right? Should remember that one too. Yeah,
SQL map is good. I take the post request from Burp and save it into a text file and do SQLmap or request.txt.
Yeah, I think he usually does that, but this time there were no like web page to get something from. I don't remember exactly, but it was some box there. Anyway, so I have other files, I have other stuff too, so let's actually look for SQLi here. Because I just added stuff, links. So what was this? Oh, that's some output from a box, I think. When there are numbers like this, it's from box notes. So where is this one? Is the SQL one? Yeah, and here's how to see which one it is. So, since we have the hint that it is SQLi here, I just wanted to find my new nice lists. So, just probably under let's see, web and fuzzing, and I did like fuzzing only, and then we have these two nice lists. And which one did I actually open? FuzzDB. And then we have this one, and there were like lots of SQLi here. So we have all the tips, But why didn't I see these in there, in the SQLi? So I think they're supposed to be here too. Okay, right, so it's attack, discovery, so let's look at discovery. No. Here we have SQLite too. So this didn't seem to be the detect. I clicked that first, right? This bit should have been under there. So we have lots of different stuff here to test. Well, that file was empty. 1 byte in size. So yeah, so all of these things I want to have put a few nice ones. A few nice ones to have as test this first kind of thing. But these are long lists of, they just have one parenthesis here. Yeah. So let's use the one I had in my notes. That was Al. I know I've used this one before. I think this was even before I knew that I could make one-line comments. But this is actually easier to copy, right? So maybe it's good to have this one. So if we just try this one here and see whatever. No, you know, see if something happens. The enter one. I should sit better. There's also a register, right? I did click. There's nothing. There's no register. We just go to the same place. So this might not even work. Was this sent somewhere? Oh, even have a saved misspelling of username. Let's just start this one and see if we get anything first. Just, it might not do anything. I mean, it might not actually be anything there. It might be like a site search that actually does something. And you must be laughing who just did this one, right? So I could also just follow the page and see what I learned this way. But I feel insecure about just testing stuff. So the best way to fix that is to just
I am not good at
test
web
stuff.
app. It took me a bit.
Yeah, okay, yeah. But if I hold, but now I have X, Y. Okay. That's funny. Let's see what Burp got from that one. What did it actually send when we click the login? So the XY was here. So did we get any? Oh my god, I think I'll do it again because there are so many. But these are posts, so it must be these, right? Username and password. Yeah, so I don't feel. What should I do when I want to test for SQLi? I'm like I'm not confident. So I want to get more confident. I don't think the way to learn to be confident is to follow a guide. Maybe it is, if it's a good guide. But still, then I need to make good notes anyway. Yes, I'll definitely. I started for the first time on the Web App Academy, and I'll continue that too. So, but now, and those were really like everything very easy. But still, when you when you do a thing, you have some kind of practice. So maybe it's nice that it's not hard to do them, but very easy, you know, the first one there, because you still practice. So what did we get as a reply? Did we get anything? Where did it even send it? It just sent it to index.php, username and password. And there's also the X and Y. So I don't want to read this again, the response. But this doesn't feel like it's doing anything. It's not sending it to any login page or anything special at all. Was it just this page? There we see the actual image. Woohoo! Is it supposed to be inverted or not? It might be my... No? I think it's... Did I have this IP
The freak
before and
says,
turn it off for?
I got your pointy trying to build hunter mindset rather than just solving the box.
Yeah, exactly. So, or rather learning. Not exactly like a mindset, but just learning how to do different things. So we have this page which we can experiment with before we look at what we're supposed to do, right? And if I find the solutions, whatever, before, that's nice. But I don't really get this page. It's not like a real page, of course, but... Yeah, right, I actually see an incorrect login here now. I didn't see it before. So we did get some kind of feedback there. Okay, now I don't know anything. Did we get anything else there before? I didn't see it even. That's
GitLocked says,
funny.
I had some issues with this box. The form works, it tells you at the top incorrect login.
Yeah, okay, nice. Because I just noticed, you know. So let's go to this one again. And now I know I can get some feedback there. So if I paste this one again and enter, or I can do it like in both fields too, of course. So well, let's actually think and make notes. So what I want to do probably is to have like a start here for SQLi. So let's make that. So we want start here, SQLi, I'm thinking, and let's say that we have something and then we end it, and it will of course mess things up for me. So let's do this and say so if we had something good, we don't have any good data and this is just a box, we could do like or we also have the username and the password. So let's think, how would the SQL
Fixerbot says,
behind it be?
Time to move it. 10 squats redeemed.
Sure. I'll just think this first. So the SQL will probably be like where the username is something and the password is something, right? So maybe we should just put something at the username and then do something at the password, or it will still say and the password is at the end, right? Yeah, let's do squats. So I will have an IRL
The freak
like
says,
climbing stream. But
Yeah, I
later.
need to comment the password.
Yeah. So no hints, but I am just thinking aloud, so that you're not even more bored. So I'll just do squats first. This is getting my brain working better, right? I even get a bit. So good warm up for the day. Yeah, so if I do something here and would OR it to something, this might still break it for me. So let's say just anything here. And let's say anything, and then try to end it. So right, you can't see what I type, but
Yeah, warm up for SQL.
space. Yeah. I should have that as the redeem name. Warm for SQL instead. I'm doing or equals 1 here, okay? And right. So we usually comment the rest too. Right. So I can't see anything. So let's see what happens now. We got incorrect login. So let me actually look at a few things, and my try at commenting the rest also didn't work, but also maybe I should have written it in the login and then just had the comment breaking it. So if we try here instead, so also you can see, I think I did this, R1, is it 1 or 2 equals? Because I just did 1, maybe it's 2? No, I'm not sure here. Let's just, this will bind all the things together and make a simple cheat sheet for anyone to understand this. That's the plan, you know? It's not just notes for me, it's public notes too. So here I really don't have anything interesting, right? Because this is yeah. So a MySQL H. Okay. So log in to it, which is nice. And this one has kind of lots of stuff to try and see if it just breaks from simple stuff. And this is just SQL, remembering how union works and everything. And the comment. And yeah, this is kind of what I did, this one. This is exactly what I typed, where you couldn't see. So let's actually copy this one to the, let's open it too and put it here. So I did type it correctly, it's 1 equal sign. That's always nice to know that I did do it correctly. So let's continue with the basic break stuff one that you shouldn't really use. And since it's supposed to comment this bit out, it's supposed to be okay anyway. That's why the comment is there. And we still get incorrect login. Nice to be able to actually see that tiny text up there. And then I know also that there might be something wrong with this one, but even if before I think that thought, I will look at the page. So now I'm going back here instead of going here. So something we know works. Yeah, so this is the safe. We don't have anything we know works, right? We don't have a login or anything. So I used this kind of recently we could register ourselves. Or register an email to something. Is this actually? Yeah. So these notes are not like finished. Yes, stack queries. Yeah, that's what we did with the other one. So not any basic ones here. Yeah, here's where I put the link. Is it not? No? Okay, so it was just the internal link. I didn't really read it apparently. So why does it look like that? Is it like this you can do? My god, I can't even spell SQL. Well, apparently it was not the right way to do it anyway. Similar tool to SQL map. Okay, so I have had a tip on that. SQLi. Right. So thinking of what's behind, that's what I did. But that's a nice thought to have too. Think of what the SQL query might be, right? To remind myself to do that. Let's hop here. And I do have more notes on SQL that I really liked, but I have lost them. But I think they were from a Try Hack Me room, so I'm going to redo that room, and I think it's just like SQLi, the name of the room. So I'll probably redo that one because I had this great notes from there, and I can't find them because I had notes back then in Google Docs, and I saved Google Docs to my hard drive, and some stuff I like pasted in here, but it seems to have been like lost somehow, which is very odd. And since there's the search, I can search things, and I don't think it's in the private bit. It's not really private, it's mostly not interesting for you, right? And this is not like secret stuff. It's nothing secret about my Minecraft server or anything. I don't have passwords in there. But it's mostly like my Twitch to YouTube conversion. You don't care when I upload stuff, and this is like my products and my web shop. Not interesting for you. So that's why those are private, not because they're secret. So I just swapped to having my top. Why is this one here? This is very odd. Oh, this was created. Okay, I get it. Because I didn't have public open, the link was wrong, and it created a document. empty document instead of going for the link. That's why you should always have relative paths on these, not the full ones. So we'll delete this one. And that, because I had one set of notes, and then I swapped to having the public a few months ago, because I wanted to be able to share the notes, because some people were asking for it. We'll see. If there are lots of those links, I'll have to go through and look. But I think the settings also for these are not the same settings that for the public one. So if I were to start SQL Map or Obsidian again and open the public one here, the link would work, and I would have a different set of settings there. So I'll just double check that my settings are correct. Then we'll continue with the room. I don't want to call it a box when it's a learning room. I guess I will say box all the time anyway. But there's one here for relative paths, I think. So we don't go and make more bad stuff. Links and files. I should have looked at that first, of course. Automatically update internal links. Default location for new notes. New link format. Shortest path when relative path to file. We want relative. Let's keep it relative. We do not want absolute. Shortest might work, but let's be safe and do relative, right? There. I'd rather have long paths and they actually work when I switch between where my route is. I'm eating muesli as candy. I actually got a piece of fruit instead of it looks like this. Grains of different. Oh, this is a tiny piece of apple. So focus. Let's go to these. I'm getting tips here from this now. These are very funny. Here we have this one, but without the first starter. Hi, or yeah, this is an interesting one too. Does it like ends it there instead of commenting? And there's the limit thing, right? Or 3 equals to 3. They're trying everything here. Or an equal sign. Well, I'm going to continue reading this because I don't have like any success on just testing nothing. I just tested one thing, I'm slowly practicing here. So, in this task you will understand more about SQL, structured query language, and how you can properly potentially manipulate queries to communicate with a database. Answer the questions below. SQL is a standard language for storing, editing, and retrieving data in databases. A query can look like so. Select star from where username. So I'm thinking this is kind of a good example of what a basic query could look like here. So maybe like this. Oh, without the stars. There. So this syntax also. So, in our game zone machine, when you attempt to log in, it will take your inputted values from your username and password and insert them directly into the query above. So this is the actual query. If the query finds data, you'll be allowed to log in. Otherwise, it will display an error message. Here is a potential place of vulnerability, as you can input your username as another SQL query. This will take the query. This will take the query right place and execute it. The sentence. Okay. And I click this during the weekend just to not lose the streak there. Let's use what we've learned about to manipulate the query and log in without any legitimate credentials. If we have our username as admin and there's password as, okay, so admin. This is a good suggestion because that's a kind of common username, right? But this is so I kind of tried this. I tried a very similar thing. So let's copy this one again, and I'm pasting it in password again, and I'm doing que here to nothing that exists, and we get incorrect login again. So if we instead do admin here, and I pasted the same thing. We get incorrect login too, right? Because it shouldn't matter if we have the or 1 equals to 1, what we put there. But I wanted to test. It will insert this into the query and authenticate share session. It didn't. The SQL query that now gets executed on the web page server is as follows. Select star, select everything from users, where usernames equals to admin and password equals to or 1 equals 1. Right, you know what, I didn't do the extra bit. So let's actually add that to the notes, because I've used that before too. But right now I don't remember why. Yeah, it's because if we do this and no space, it might attach this to, and it won't be a comment. Right, that's why we do this. And this could be like anything. Just just anything there, but this is easy to type. So let's compare. Let's try this now. So if we do queer, just the easiest thing to type on the keyboard, and I paste this one here, and we go for this. We still get incorrect login. And then we do admin, and then we paste again, and we click enter. And we got incorrect login. Yeah. So let's go back here. It will insert this into the query and authenticate our session, only it didn't. The SQL query that now gets executed on the website is as follows. Yeah.
Getglocked says they both need to equals to array.
Yeah, but that's why I tried with admin too. And it's also like, where is the OR put? If the OR is at the end.
The freak says
Agent 47 potential username.
Yeah. I actually tried the hint we got before on the last one. It wasn't that. So then I went back to admin on that one. So thanks, but I don't want any hints yet, really. I haven't even read the text. The extra SQL we inputted as our password has changed the above query to break the initial query and proceed with the admin user if and here they have the double equals just to confuse my memory, because apparently 1 equals 1 is okay in SQL as a comparison. And then comment the rest of the query to stop it breaking. Yeah, so if I were to do the commenting up here, then we would comment the and everything would be just or 1 equals 1 and comment the rest of this, right? But I tried that. Well, I didn't try it with the latest one.
I do malware dev and malware analysis. I never did boxes. I'm exploring
Cool.
with you.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, so if in that case, you're welcome to come with suggestions. Right, so I put it in the first one, and then everything got commented, and it worked. So the only difference from what I tested before, so that you know, is that I added now the space. So the space was necessary for the comment to actually be a comment. Because I know this from before, that if you don't have the space and the extra dash, which could be any character as far as I know, let's go back and test it. Then, it wouldn't be a comment without a space. So it could just be any string. I think it doesn't recognize it as a comment character. So if we go back here now, because apparently we ended up in another page. Yeah, expire all you want page. So if I paste this there again, and we'll make this a 9 random character, it's just the space that's important. That's what I believe. And we click here. We still go here. So it's just the space is a thing, but we need to put a character to make sure that we have the space there, that it's not just compressed out of the thing. So now we're on Game Zone portal here. I'm thinking my notes. This is the real reason, Well, also what's in your head, but your head might forget stuff. So this bit is what I added for it to work. And what should I add here? my comment that I had in the other one. I'm dodging around the mic here, trying to see stuff. Yeah, also these are, let's look at GARs. Oh, this is from a stream. This must have been so long ago. Let's check the date. I must see. This must have been just when I started with this. Come on, show me the detailed list there. Oh, it's January? No, I think I moved them then. I don't think they're from January. Maybe they are. Oh, whatever. This bit should be in here too, right? So I don't get confused and think that I have the information here. I could have a note saying SQL and then with a link here so I don't mess up like with SMB and don't find it. By the way, malware dev sounds very fun too. Want to explore that more. So, do you stream, by the way? Then I would follow you and shout you out. Yeah, so I'm copying my own comment here. So it's really here too. Because what could happen if we do this, and this is a real database, like at some customer we're doing pen testing for, and this query is reused later, and it just deletes stuff in the database too. You might say that we want to, or whatever. Anyway, it's a risk, so it could be. So for the explanation here, oh my god, to stop the current string, end. Stop sounds very odd. To end the current string, 1 equals 1, to have a always.
I don't stream, but I live in Twitch.
Okay. Yeah, you're very welcome back to help me learn more about malware dev. Statements. And yeah, so this will mess stuff up. There. With a space, starts a comment, but requires a space and a random character after. Giving there. We could also do these as there, so it's also let's tab these.
Why we need space and random char?
Because when I only did this, let's say that the string afterwards is here, and then it's not read as a comment character apparently, so it doesn't work in this. So if we don't add this character, this might be just cut away from it, apparently. We could just try it too, right? On this one it might work, but I know that it's not like always working. I'm just adding it back to the comments there. So let's go back and try again. And let's type it in this time. So first we end the string, then we do or, then we do the always true. Maybe true works. We can do 2 equals to 2, and then we make the comment, and if we don't do any space here or anything and click enter, we get incorrect login. So if I select the same one we were at, and we just do a space now, and we click enter here, I think that works sometimes, and sometimes it like compresses the spaces away, you know, from it. It might also be that some pages have a security thing there, cutting away the spaces. So, but no, just like cleaning the strings before sending them on, maybe like cutting away spaces before and after, you know, that kind of thing it might be. So the safest thing is usually space random character, and then that's a part of the comment, and whatever comes after, you know, you could type 1,000,000 characters there and they'll still just be the comment. Well, 1,000,000 might not fit though. Right. So now we're on another page and we can search. So what if we just click search?
The voice is kinda low.
Okay. I'm low. Is it okay now? Is it better? So I'll keep talking and you can tell me. So I searched for anything here and we got this.
Translated from Spanish.
And oh, it was like, what and? It's a TTS, it's translating everything. It can translate kind of funny things too. So I'm just lowering the mic a bit so I can see the screen better, because I'm starting to lean back here. I should sit straight and so let's see, it's 9:28. I'll go check if my kid's awake actually, and then we will continue to see what we find on the page. So my 30-year-old, he's kind of almost forgetting Swedish. Though we're in Sweden, and I'm Swedish, and his dad is Swedish, but he still, swapped to English when he was maybe 6 or something. Almost as soon as he got access to YouTube. Anyway, so he's practicing. He said now that he was going to go shower in Swedish. So I'm proud. No, but we always speak Swedish to him, so it's not that he doesn't know it. I think it's hard to find the words. So, let's see here. So my deadline for today for this is that I'm driving him to school at 13:15-ish today, and I'm going to make a lunch for him before that, so we'll see. So anyway, so I'm making these notes not only for me, but generally for other people to use too. So I'm trying to be explicit, even if I think that something would be obvious to me. I don't think I will never forget these, But I still want it to be explicit and easy to understand, hopefully. So what's most unclear for me here is actually this bit. Why does it says equals : username and password equals password? That's a mess for me here. So I'm just going to look here again and see if it's the same. I think it was 2 places. Yeah, so it's here, we have it, and here. So is this a typo? Equals, right? So I feel this is a typo. I will look later. Because this is what I would expect, right? Not a colon here. And the colon here is still here. And my brain reads this as S equals to from old Pascal, like in the 80s. So the extra SQL we inputted as our password was changed to the above query to break the initial query and proceed. Let's see. This didn't actually work.
The stream only show the website.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Sometimes I forget to switch over, and I really I might have disabled the commands, but there are actually commands to fix that. Let's see. Here. Yeah, so right and left. You can do, if I forget, you can exclamation mark right and exclamation mark left. And there should also be redeems. Are they enabled? Yes. So there are 50 points you can switch screens if I forget. So I hope no one will play with it, then I will have to turn it off. So I have my secret screen there that you can't switch to. GameZone doesn't have an admin user in the database. However, you can still log in without knowing any credentials using the inputted password data we used in the previous question. Use as your username and leave the password blank. Yeah, and that's what we did. When you're logged in, what page are we directed to? And the page here is called portal.php. So let's do portal.php. So they went through this and they ended up with the same conclusion that I did. That is nice. It means it's not buggy yet, at least, right? Using SQL map. Right, so now we'll have to do the same thing, I guess, with SQL map. So, using SQL map. SQL map is a popular open source automatic SQL injection and database takeover tool. This comes pre-installed on all versions of Kali Linux or can be manually downloaded and installed here. So let's actually copy this link and make sure that I have it in my notes on SQL map. Pre-installed on Kali. There. And we'll see what we'll add here to my SQL map notes. There are many different types of SQL injection, Boolean, time-based, etc. And SQL map automates the whole process trying different techniques. We're going to use SQL map to dump the entire database for Gamer Zone. It doesn't look very big, right? The database, I will see. Using the page we logged into earlier, we're going to point SQL map to the game review search feature. First, we need to intercept a request made to the search feature using Burp Suite. I'm thinking, why not use the login form, right? That's not what they're doing. So what if we would want to find this? You know, why wouldn't we do that? Because we're still accessing the database. Let's do this what they suggest first and we'll look later. Because I want an alternative to the manual writing of it, even if it's a very short one. Using the page we logged into earlier, which I assume was the login page, we're going to do SQL map, but I think they do the search item here, right? So it's the search one. Well, it's already intercepted because it's in the history of Burp. I stopped doing the intercepts long ago. It's not necessary. Save this question to as a text file. So let's go to Burp. We can even F5 this page because let's see. So it's at the bottom of the list because there are all these automatic Firefox and things. So here we have the search. We didn't have any search item. No, we didn't, because then we got everything right. So I think we can just save as a file here. Save item. Save item is not a good name. I'll just check if I have more options here. Copy to file, yeah. So that's the thing. So let's first copy to file, paste from file. That's nice to know it's paste too. So we're not going to go to Watcher, we're going to go to Game Zone. And let's do request. Save. I'll check what they say. Requested text file, we can then pass this to SQL map to use our authenticated user session. Yeah, and we have to be kind of quick here, right? Because it might expire or something. That has never happened to me. It has. Annoying boxes that are too quick with things. So let's. I'm doing a new tab so we don't get too much on the same place. SQL map R. And also, didn't you need to edit the file? Like here is where you want to test stuff, but it's only one thing. Let's see. So my file is just a request, but also it is in THM game zone. And I've been known too much Windows, so this one got in the wrong direction. Oops. And we do DMBS. Alright. DMBS equals to MySQL. Dump. Right. So I guess this is a tiny easy one, right? Because otherwise you could do it in steps. I think I had that in my notes. I'm tabbing on the wrong machine. So we could check the tables first. Let's actually not to do what they say. Let's assume DBS is databases. So let's first do DBS. So we get to know what databases there are. I mistyped. I'm in the wrong place. Oh, yeah, I just swapped the letters. How did that happen? DB sounds much more logical. DBMS. What is MS? Database. Anyway, the type of the database. There. So now we get to know so I think also it saves data, so we should really have swapped to the directory. We should have. So I don't get all of stuff. Parameter, it found the parameter search item here, but we could have told it, right? I don't remember the character though to add there to the file. So the databases are like this, apparently 5 databases. So I'm actually going to swap directories. To this one, just to do it. And so now we have the database. So now we could do D and whatever we wanted. Say we want the DB one, and we want to know what tables are there. Oh, I forgot to change the path. So there are 2 tables. There are posts and users. So now we want to know Now we have the table name too, and that is T. And we want information from users. Let's say we want users. And this we want to dump. Do you want to store hashes to a temporary file for eventual further processing with other tools? Yes, sure, do that. Writing hashes to a temporary file. So we have a file name there. Do you want them to crack them? Well, sure, do that. Crack the hashes for us without us doing anything. Yeah, you can use your word list. This is just a test. Common password suffixes. Well, let's slow, but I don't think this will matter much here. So that was a kind of cool feature that I didn't know that it had. I've never had that question before, but I've never specifically dumped a user table, right? So let's scroll up here and see. So all of these commands are already in MySQL notes. So return databases we did first, then we did database name, tables, database name, table name, dump. And this is when we were asked if we wanted to crack the passwords. So
GitLock says,
it's slow.
It's pretty fast as well. I use it all the time. Hashcat on a good GPU is a lot faster though.
Yeah, I can imagine. I have also heard that Hashcat needs to run on not a VM, right? Because it can't access the GPU. That's a bit annoying. If it can't use my GPU. Not that I have the best. I have a 1080, so it's not like the worst ever. Anyway, we didn't really check what database it is. It just told us, right? It could have found that itself, right? So what would I use? If I were to do this without the DBMS, what would happen then? So it's doing something else here. Let's open a new tab.
You can get it to work on VM, but it's still not the same. I have a 4090 and it rips RockU in about 32 seconds.
Okay. Okay. That sounds too quick. Yeah, so how would you do? I could just Google, of course, to get it working on the VM. I have VMware. So I was thinking, oh right, I opened a new tab in my notes. I do that all the time. I wanted to open a new tab here. Let's just run. Let's assume that we don't know what database it is, right? And
it's not idle. It will crash a lot. I use it on my Windows host. Ideal.
Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, it's the request file. That's what we're basing it on. That's where it gets the IP and everything. So sorry for all the scrolling. I'm going to SQL. No, let's cd thm cd games. Oh, we're already in there. Right. I opened a new tab. It's too smart for me. So let's SQL map again. Oh, look. This is what I used last time. Technique B, level 5, risk 3. So let's actually save this one as an example. Sometimes I have just examples. So let's I've changed since I wrote this how I do this. I just do help now, and then I do some examples, and just have an example here so I can think, you know, this is one thing that I used, and that could be nice. Then you know what to look for in the help here and check information about it, so it's all there. And I also could have had the output, but I don't. Probably if I was search for this in my notes, I would find it in the box notes, but let's so let's start deleting this.
I just noticed the
only
dash you
wanted-
used to comment out the password is SilkyLite and it says it's a MySQL database. Odd.
I think that works for most, though it might be like compatibility or something. They've added it. I don't know. Did I do the R request this time? Sorry, but I will again. Let's tab up this time. R request, yeah. So R request, if I only do this and I do the DBS, I think it will find what type it is itself. So it says here is MySQL 5, right? MySQL. So we didn't need to add that. We could just do this. So let's add this to the examples here. So I have a few. This is just list all the DBs. Ought to find DB type, right? Now it's got more of a like a not a example anymore, whatever. So oh boy. So let's go and continue. Let's assume that we were to do now from my memory, not looking at the notes. I think it was G. Let's do DB again, and then do, was it tables? I'm checking. Yes, I did remember it correctly. So now it will list the tables again for the database. There. Nice. So let's say that we don't want all this. We just want dump, right? Yeah. So dash dump. This should be enough to get the full thing. We don't want to store hashes now because we already did that. I did say no. So So username, you were right. And this one, we can probably crack it in a quicker way than it can, I think. First of all, sorry. Let's just go to... Alright. I can't imagine it being this quick time. It's almost 2 hours already. Amazing. So let's just go to Crack Station first here. And we'll do several things, of course, to see if it finds it easily here. Motorcycles. Well, I guess these bits are all motorcycles. Stairs. I hate these, right? I think I missed one, and that's why I'm not a robot, right? So, Video Gamer 124, this could do it. It's a SHA-256. Or could do it. It had it just in the database, so it didn't have to do it anything. If you've tried downloading this database, it's nothing you want to do, right? But you might, if you were like a company, you didn't want to search publicly, you could do it, right? So we know that this is a complete and working thingy. I think that the room wanted us to do something too with it, so let's check what it wanted. So the hashed password. Agent 47. What was the other table name? Let's just scroll up here, because my memory just didn't do it. Post. So, okay, yeah, because I thought I read something about John there. So let's continue this bit. John the Ripper, JTR. I've never heard that short. It's a fast, free, and open source password cracker. This is also pre-installed on all Kali Linux machines. We will use this program to crack the hash we obtained earlier. John the Ripper is 15 years old, and other programs such as Hashcat are one of several other cracking programs out there. That's an odd sentence. This program works by taking a word list, hashing it with a specified algorithm, and then comparing it to your hashed password. If both hashed passwords are the same, it means it is founded. You cannot reverse a hash, so it needs to be done by comparing hashes. Answer the questions below. If you are using a low-power desktop, you can deploy a high-spec Kali machine on TryHackMe and control it with your browser. Okay. TryHackMe Room Kali. Let's just look what this is. Kali machine. In a browser attack box. Once you have John the Ripper installed, you can run it against your hash using the following arguments. So this is the interesting bit here with SHA-256, but we already know it's SHA-256, and well, that's kind of common, right? So, well, let's see first if this one has no. Anyway, it's also doing SHA-256 here. So I'm opening another tab, so I don't have too much on everybody. So John, this is SHA-512 crypt. So let's say pass Shad. It's one of the unshadow ones. So 256. And can I just put it here? I think I need to put it in a file, right? We need to test everything. Yeah, we need the raw. Sorry. Raw. And in my notes for John, I have all the things so you can search for if you don't remember what the names are. So let's go to hashes. No, it's in here. I was thinking, should I merge these? So John here has the help, so you can search these formats. So if we were doing, we know it's SHA-256. We can click all and we can see all the SHA-256 ones easily. This is nice, and it's the raw one there. Examples. Yeah, so I should probably put the help at the end of this one because it's kind of big, right? So sorry, if I find something I need to fix, why not do it at once instead of waiting? So I'm just reversing the order there because this is more this is my old sorting order, which I don't like anymore, because what I want first is of course the common command, so you don't even need a header there. So it's easier to find stuff if you want them, but now we don't even need any help. We're just checking to see if it could do a string, and I think actually maybe I should go back to the help. So let's reopen the file. I think you can do that. Whatever. John. So now I actually wanted the help. We can make a file, of course, you know. I just want to know if we don't have to, if we have one single tiny hash. Right, so maybe we could just echo it to it. So I'm experimenting. Sorry if someone thinks it's boring with experimentation. I don't. Oh my goodness. Well, that's what happens sometimes, and I don't want to. I'll actually just close this tab because by mistake I put so much stuff in my history before and it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun to have it in there later. All those lines. If you have like a delete all the things. I could have just arrowed something maybe. Well, done. So this, and we'll delete this bit. And so I could just put it in a file and put it there and it would be done, but checking status on this one. Why am I doing that thing? To see if it can do it, I guess. So we just after the hasher again. So I'm not sure this will work either, or I think it won't, but yeah, it requires an actual file. Okay. You could have called the file the same name, right? So it was kind of quick. I don't know what this one is doing. let's leave it there. So we have from let's open it up again. Here, Correct Station found this one, and John found it very quickly too, right? But I don't know what this is doing. Maybe I asked it to do something stupid there, with me not having used it before. So, what's a dehashed password? It's videogamer124. And now you have the password and username. Try SSHing into the machine. Right, so we had the port 22 open. And again, I tabbed on the wrong machine. So, agent, was it 47? What's the IP? There. And the password, video gamer. So we have the user there. So now we're getting to the real interesting bit here. Exposing services with reverse SSH tunnels. This sounds very interesting to me. Reverse SSH tunnels. This. So, reverse SSH port forwarding specified that the given port on the remote server host is to be forwarded to the given host and port on the local side. Yeah, so I've done this, but I haven't really read about it. L is a local tunnel. U, the client to you. If a site is blocked, you can forward the traffic to a server you own and view it. For example,
The Freak says,
Have a good stream.
Have a great day. Have a great day. So what time zone are you in? I'm curious if it's morning or if I should say good morning or good night. So
9:10.
okay, nice. So hope to see you again. I hope to learn some cool malware dev from you.
But I will sleep now 'cause I learn at night.
Oh, okay. Okay. So good night then. For example, if Imgur was
Tie.
blocked at work. Yeah. Hope it's not too bright to sleep. Bright light. You can do SSHL 9000 imgurcom 80 user example com. Going to localhost 9000 on your machine will load imgur traffic using your other server. R is a remote tunnel. You to the client, your traffic, your forward your traffic to the other server for others to view, similar to the example above, but in reverse. Oh. So there's an image here too. We have host A, B, and C. And host A is the user's computer, C is the server, B is the gateway. The reverse is SSH tunnel. We will use a tool called SS to investigate sockets running on a host. If we run SS Tulpen, it will tell us what socket connections are running. And let's compare Tulpen. I think it's kind of close to what I have in my notes. So let's go to... It's on Linux. The only one almost we don't have open. So first I have SS here, and here's only the help. The rest is in the start here Linux. And here we have SS a bit down. Tulpen, yeah, Tulpen. Theirs was easier to read, but it's the same letters. Yeah. Oh my, have I been sitting too much? Oh. So I had a Tulpen instead of a Tulpen. Display TCP sockets, UDP sockets. Yeah, display only listening sockets. And show the process. So actually, let's complete our kind of empty SS file, right? With this table. And let's fix this to be called help, as I currently use. And I'm just fixing this to be let's delete this row there, so we only have these. And I know we can't delete this line, even if we wanted to, because it's would it destroy the table if we were to. Yeah. I need a quick check on my kid and a quick bathroom break. So I'll be right back. There. So let's actually run the command, right? Also, I haven't updated the notes, so web login SQLi, and let's actually just let's add this too, right? In username field there. than we did with SQL map. Also, I would like to do this manually too, probably, right? Getting all the tables and the stuff manually. And that's the notes that I lost. I know that I sent a bit of it to someone on Discord. Did I send all of it? No, I don't think so. But it's annoying that it's lost. I'll have to fix that. I know where I got it from. Let's actually open that Track Me room now. So, we are also at 49 minutes. So let's search for SQL. Oh, look. This is new. I've never seen it. So let's open those two. I think it's one of them. So let's look at something like this. Yeah, so all of these union selects, and with the help of these you can really get the whole database. Manually. It's very nice, this room. And I hope I did thumbs up it. Yeah, I can't do it twice. So this was one of the best rooms, really. It explains all of the stuff. And let's see this one. I haven't done this one. I'll have to do it. So probably do both of these again for this one and that one. I don't think I have done. I might have reset something, but I don't think so. SQL. Yeah. Oh. So. Oh, didn't I answer the questions here? Oh, there was a complete one too. I was like, what? So, this very interesting bit here with the SSH tunnels. We'll of course need to make notes on this too. I'm sure I have notes already, so let's go to the notes. Let's see, SSH. I might have that on actually connection. SSH tunneling, that's just an image. So this one we want at the bottom. We want the help there too. This is not the help, it's just what you get from not putting anything there. Why do I have that one like this? We can just delete this one. It's old. This one though is a header that we're going to add more stuff to. I'm sure I have even more than this, but it doesn't look like that. And this is before I had images folders. So let's put the image there. Updated one link in one file. So reverse SSH port forwarding. I'm sorry, I'm reading it again. Specified that a given port on a remote server host is to be forwarded to a given host and port on the local side. So L is local. So let's and then we have R. Why the tiny R there? All right. So let's have syntax examples. Blocked at work. I don't think this is a good example though, but I will use it. Why do they keep starring stuff, bolding it? Or well, this is kinda, the errors there are kinda nice, right? Let's run SS and check the ports. I didn't even do anything yet. There's no bash history at least. So going onto a Linux box and not looking for anything. SS
Gitlocked says,
their order.
oh, we're making progress.
Yeah, sorry if I do too much things around. That was supposed to be a U. I just missed the key. So how many TCP sockets are running is the question. So there are actually more than the one we saw. Port. Is the answer supposed to be 5 here? Yes. This one is star and this one is colon, colon, colon. So I'm not totally clear on what this means. Let's continue reading and see if we get more clarity in this. We can see that a service running on port 10,000 is blocked via a firewall rule from the outside. We can see this from the IP tables list. However, using an SSH tunnel, we can expose the port to us locally. So, sorry for being slow again then. If a port is blocked in a firewall, we can access it through a SSH tunnel. And let's actually make the notes for this one there. From our machine, run ssh-l. Yeah. So I'm copying this and putting it in the notes first. And then we're going to have to remove the horrible stars again. Let's add as an example. So let's go back, and on our machine, meaning we open a new tab again, and we do ssh-l 10,000 colon localhost 1,000. So we could have changed the port number if we wanted to, right? And then we have agent 47 at 10.10.186.198 there. And then we want the password. Did I put it in my notes? I was supposed to. I didn't, I think. I didn't get that far. But I was actually supposed to put agent 47 and there. Oh no. So let's just have that like that, simple. I'm copying the user or the password again, so we don't have old formatting in here. There. So let's go back to here. Once complete, you can in your browser type localhost 10,000 and you can access the newly exposed web server. So let's look again here. There was no way to know this is a web server, right? Because I was like, a web server? But okay, let's just go for it here. I better click this so it doesn't Google it. Log into webmin. You must enter a username and password to log in to the webmin server on localhost. Oh, well, sorry. I'm not that tired. What is the name of the exposed CMS? It sounds too easy, but let's try just webmin. Okay. What is the version? So let's look at it. All right, we don't have any. There. Oh, sorry for the tiny text. I can't read it either. I don't think it's here, possibly. So let's just do username, password. Let's see if we got anything more. No. So I'm thinking this is an odd thing to do. We could of course just look on the box because we're already there, so it's like funny to do this. Very odd. Right, we could look what's running there. But I'm feeling we're supposed to look at it from the outside, though it's on the inside. So we have the version number there. So let's see what the hint was. Any credentials you can make use of to log in. Yeah, but we didn't need to log in. But we can try the same one. But it's more fun to do it like we didn't know anything, right? Isn't that right? Isn't that right? By the way, I know that I've been doing this too quickly for what I want, because I want notes too, and I haven't made any notes. This is just almost empty. So this is like the first we had SSH as agent 47. So at least let me make the files here. This of course needs a number too. This is 3. And then after this we made a 4 SSH tunnel and map, and we're doing this through there. So I'm just copying. Alright, you can see that. You didn't see this. There. So this is the info we found there. And now we know it's an HTTP. We didn't know before. I pretend we didn't hear that. So now we can go to the web of this. Right? Let's also put the information here. The login. This should actually be 5 and the other one 4, right? And let's 5 this. So I'm thinking it's no, what did I do? It's the wrong thing I switched around. So this one is this. This one is this. There. Because we can't nmap before we SSH it. But when we were this, we found so here So I'm just pasting that. Then I'm making a new one where we can paste more stuff. And I mistyped, so let's just skip that one. This is how we found the 10,000. One. There. What? Alright, so it's just... I won't care now, but it's a lot of spaces here. So, it'll have to do. There. So we knew 80 and 22 was open. We still haven't looked at this one. If there's anything we could see there even. I'm not sure about this output more than it's listening on this one too. Yeah, I think I am okay with that. And also here, so port 10,000. Well, it's also 3306 and listening internally. So that's why we did that. So I'm thinking let's log in now, right? Because we had even a hint that this will work. We have a username and we have a password there, so we log in. And now we can see the version number too. So system information is log out. Are those the only things it can do? There's file manager. Well, this module requires Java to function, but your browser does not support Java. Okay. Oh, very nice. So let's look back to the page and see. Right. So we're going to use Metasploit here apparently. So they don't require us to use Metasploit, they just tell us that there is a way to use Metasploit to let's actually copy this version here. So what is running there is webmin and we didn't log in to find this. We didn't need to log in, but we are logged in case we need this. Old user, he could log in. So let's actually Google this. Did I actually copy both? I don't think so. So instead of Metasploit, let's just find it. So John Hammond has one. Not a negative thing at all. I'm just like, we don't need to mistrust this one. You know. So File shows cd remote command execution, and we may even do this manually. This file is part of the Metasploit framework. Okay. So 2012 2982. Yeah, so it's the same one here. Yeah, so this is what I was thinking to do, and then he's done it already, which is nice. He doesn't like Metasploit either, I think. So let's just check this Python, and I know I can kind of zoom it. Whoa, it works! Did the GitHub fix stuff? It didn't used to work. To zoom. Very nice, very nice. Or maybe Firefox problem. So arg parser. No, I don't like things with arguments. P port, T target, U username, P password, C command, SSL. Right, I should use that myself. The arg add argument to the pass. Let's continue. So username password command. All of this is like useless if you're doing it manually. Run self. Yeah. He has a few tricks here. That's nice. Python stuff that Is it raining? I have to check. Yeah, a lot. Because I heard the water running down the drain pipe here outside. So I'm going outside soon, and I'm going running outside. And I have this on for running. Well, maybe it won't be climbing, maybe it'll be running instead. So lots of prints, lots of messages. My, oh my, oh my. It's all automated. Here, response, self session post, request session, data user pass, session login CGI, and we read in this one. File show CGI. So let's put it in the notes. Has RCE. This is, let's copy the CVE number. CVE there. And this is also Metasploit here. Testing 1. Low redirect false. Accept. Connection refused error. If SID in self-session cookies, return not self-session cookies SID. Here. Random string, Europal self command. So the class exploit oh, I'm sorry, it's allergies. Deslimification. I think I forgot to take my asthma meds this morning, but it was too early, I think, from what it was supposed to be. So yeah. So the actual thing, we're already logged in, you know, and we're just in the browser. So I'm thinking we should just be able to send whatever it is to execute the command here. So random choice ASCII string letters for in range random. What? I mean, why? So I'm assuming this is what we used when we logged in. Let's actually look at this one too. This is good learning. How Metasploit modules look like, right? So they have so this is just the information bit. So it's not interesting at all. Well, except for that this matches ours. So the options required here. We have the username and password. So we could just run this through Metasploit, but I don't think that's a challenge, right? So, data page, user pass, page 2F, and request CGI, method post, URI, session login. This is for the login. Cookie testing 1, data. Data is this. So why didn't they put this string here? Will they reuse it, or just did they think the line was long? That kind of thing annoys me when it's not logical, right? Why make it harder for yourself and for others? If res and res code, res headers, well, we're already logged in, so we don't need login. Attempting to execute. So now, command echo round alphanumeric. This is the same word as the Python one. Res send request CGI. So why does it need to be a random number? That's kind of what I'm looking in this file for. And since we're doing this in the browser, we don't have to care about the cookie, because we're logged in and it's like all nice. So we could just do this kind of thing. And
Fixerbot says,
YouTube message from Suraj Arun. Hiya.
hi, welcome in. I'm attempting to not use Metasploit, but to actually see what it does instead and do it manually. So, if res and res code 200 and res message document follows, check code appears, check save. So this is the Metasploit syntax for their exploits. So what was this one called? Check. Okay, so this is the check. This is not the exploit. This is the exploit. So what? Oh, it's 11. At 11, I'm reminded about TryHackMe, so it auto starts then, you know. So yeah, so now we have the exploit instead. Yes, this is the same. Three two. Attempting to execute the payload. So let's compare this bit to this bit. And I guess that what it does when it tries it as a test is that it actually does the same thing, right? So I don't see why Why it's so complicated? Oh, just the only thing is these. The command here is something that we are sending it. Let's see, where is the... So I'm just searching for command so we can see all the places where command is mentioned. So command is echo random string. Seriously? And here it is payload encoded. So what is payload then? Is that something that always exists in Metasploit? That's nothing special? CMD? So, payload. Generic Perl bash telnet. So we can just try different things at this place here. So this is kind of like annoying to me because I don't know what this means. Let's give ChatGPT a test here to see if it can extract the payload URL from this. Copy. Because give the computer reading code job. So I think I got it all, but I don't know the exact syntax for the Perl there. And I was thinking, should I just paste this bit? But why not give it all? So, please give me 3 example URLs, payload URLs. Payload URLs using this CVE. Let's see if we can do it. So I want the URL line only, and there is enough information for it to extract it there. So let's see. To generate example payload URLs from the given exploit, you can construct the URLs based on the send request CGI method. It calls. Yeah, so the pipes are what I'm curious about. Yeah, so the pipes are not anything that are removed from here then. It's just still there. Because this is the bit that I'm confused about, you know? So this is insert this variable here. Meaning we can just put anything there. Yeah, so this is a good example. Thank you. Only this is target IP is where did it get 10,000? It's always 10,000. It's localhost for us. So let's open a new tab here and let's paste this one here and let's switch this to localhost and file show CGI, which is the vulnerable one, and then comparing it to the full path to the bin, and then random string pipe command pipe. So what I have a problem with too is the random string. We just got the file downloaded. So yeah, it works as that, but let's do something else then. Let's we could just send any command here. Does this need to be a new string? That's the question. Why it has a random one here? Random. That's what confuses me. Why a random one? And why not an explanation and this short line instead of this? Maybe if I were to click it at this or something, I would get that. Let's explore a bit more, learning how this works better. So I don't think this is more readable. So it didn't give us anything more. We can download this, of course, but this is a Metasploit thing, so if you have Metasploit you don't need to download it, do you? Yeah, let's just first check that the box doesn't time out. We have 1 hour 2 minutes left, meaning it's good enough for us here. So we only need the root flag, which we could have had if we did Metasploit. Right. We could just get it. Let's do this 2 ways. First, let's get the flag by not actually logging onto the box, and then we log onto the box somehow. It is started the VM. So let's assume that we have a file called root.txt, and let's see this, if this is it. Yeah, and we have the flag, and this is to EC. This is not the actual thing we're supposed to do, but let's just paste it here. So it is done, but we still want to log into it, right? So we need to make a we need to listen and send it some kind of shell. So I have my shell notes. First, let's actually put in this. Got well, .txt, kinda obvious, right? But our previous test, I still have that Vim up. And in the Vim one, I need to change my default editor here. No, I couldn't even copy from it. So this is a serious problem. Me clicking here and this opening in the wrong thing. Well, if I click this, it opens in Vim. And I wanted Control AC to get the thing, and I can't. So select all this GGVG. My goodness, why? Copy is this. Oh my. And I still didn't get it. I couldn't copy it still. I have to open it the third time. Well, I don't have to. I've already got it on the machine. On my machine in the... here. Right, so let's copy this instead. How annoying can it be? Vim. I'm sorry if you're a Vim lover. I just don't see the reason why I should learn a lot of new shortcuts. Why? It's like gatekeeping, you know, adding lots of different things that you don't need. I don't think you need it. I can understand like a delete line command if you don't have a GUI editor and it like a nano based thing. But nah, I don't see why not keep the original always used for a long time, you know. Normal commands. I might switch to the MC editor. It seemed nice. So I was playing with that yesterday, or the day before, during the weekend at least. Snow! I have to send a shell for it too instead. So let's look at my shells here. And we want just a normal command. Bash thing. So yeah. I'm thinking piping to bash, maybe encoding it. Let's sheet and let's see here, rev shells. It can do it for us. So let's known bin bash. Let's see here, bash. I wanted to add the pipe there at the end. Oh, we can do this one. Just simple. This is a URL, so URL copy. So let's just open a listener first. So new tab, netcat. Oh, sorry. What? There, 3. Let's go. Let's close that darn thing. And no. Web browser. This is the one I want to make tinier. So in here, instead of this cat command, we're going to change that in case this one were actually... No, we did 2 already with it. You can have anything there. A, B, C, D, E works. So I'm pasting my string there. And we got something downloaded. We didn't get anything here. It should be the right IP. So this is empty. And also this opened in Mousepad that I wanted to be opened in. So characters seem to have been removed from this. So let's look at the code. First, let's look here. What shell payload is used? No. Why? Where did that come from? I had this copied. Did not work. But system may not have dev TCP. URL coding must be done correctly. So, what did it change? Let's see if this is different than mine. Let's just open Notepad. And this is the one I had. Because usually it just sends back the same thing, right? So I can't see any changes. So it didn't change anything. So it's suggesting we use Netcat, but we don't know if it has a Netcat. I meant what the payload does the CVE use? Okay, so I need to tell it better what I want. So I'm assuming it got hours again there, yeah. Which didn't work, I told it. It's just repeating. So, no. What shell payload did it use? If any, since it's Metasploit. By the way, I'm not using anything special for my ChatGPT. It's just free. Typically uses a command payload suited for the Unix platform. In this case, the payload used in the module is executed arbitrarily only. Yeah. So we have lots of time still, I feel like. Kinda, Lafayette. Anyways. You will set options or payloads such as lhost or host. Yes. I shouldn't have mentioned anything. Shouldn't have given it any. This did not work because it keeps repeating it. So this was the I one, and it's using the C now. But I don't think it got it from there. I just think it did it randomly. But okay, let's try this one. You could have told it it's localhost. So random number, bin bash. No, it's C instead for I. Oh right, I forgot. There, I just switched the port, but this doesn't seem to work, right? Let's look at John Hammond's one. So because now I double checked that what confused me here was the random bit, right? So this one has a command input, so it doesn't tell you what it is, because it is a random one that you can put there yourself. C command here. So we'll just have to test it then. Oh, scratched off my mosquito bite. So quickly, let's do the Metasploit one just to have it done too, because why not, you know? Because it's slow, of course. But let's see. It's just nothing yet. It's not started. Yeah, I was going for did he have any readme for this? Yeah, so didn't tell me anything more. So we know that we can have RCE here, but I have to still find a command that works to get a shell. So if anyone has input on what we should use, let's look at the Perl bit here. Maybe we should do Perl instead. Maybe that will work better. So this is a kind of long bit, but we can just try it. So Metasploit hasn't even started yet. Yeah, it did. It just started there that second. So let's make sure we have nothing here. We paste the darn long pearl thingy. Oh, right. I should have kept this and just removed the bit between the pipes there. So now we paste the command, and we have the local host still there and the port number there. So Perl did the trick. So CD. Did I seriously go for the bronze slash? Yeah. Yeah, it could LSLA. I just mistyped something. So we have the root there. So now we have it both ways, and the Perl one worked, which is nice. So let's actually make sure our nodes are up to date. So here sending bash revsh payloads failed, but Perl worked just fine. And let's copy the URL I used. Alright, I'm in the wrong. Let's open it here and Control AC as usual here. And then we have a kind of long one here. Let's also make the readable version of this one. So I think that's kind of okie dokie. Let's also...
YouTube message from Vatsalraj Chauhan. Hi.
Hi, welcome in. So we just got the root on this one here by not using Metasploit, but finding what the Metasploit module does and doing that, and that's nice. So now we're shell as root here. And let's just paste the things we did, which is not much. I'm actually not copying all of it because I did ls there and we don't need it. So right, look, I did the wrong direction, and that kind of messed up the prompt for. So I'm actually going to copy this one here, but change it so it's the correct direction. And then we also had CD So let's see, what else did we have? We don't have to list the whole directory here. This is what we got. The start of it. So there. What I might want before we close this down, is there anything anyone in chat would like to explore in this machine? So this was a bit different since it seems to be very pearly. Pearl, and you know, the CGI files. So that's why I tried a Perl shell, and it worked. Because the bash ones failed before. For new people. Yeah, so that's the tunnel. Did I put this in the notes? Yeah, it's already there. The nmap is there, the web is there, but not how the web page looks. And I would like to have that there too. So, close this. If we log out.
YouTube message from Vatsalraj Chauhan. I don't know anything about hacking.
Doesn't matter. This is just normal computer stuff. This is Kali Linux. It's just a Linux distribution that has all the tools you need to do this pre-installed, so you don't have to do a million things and spend all your time installing tools. But I was thinking this web, it was nice to have a simple image of how this looks here in the notes. So I'm just going to screenshot this quickly. I'm just opening my image program here in here. So I'm print screening my full desk. So I get the virtual machine too. So here's my OBS preview of everything, the image program itself, and then we have this. So I can just cut this bit out here. So Control C that to the notes that are behind everything. So this, yeah, I was in the right place already. So this is what we found on this page here, and we nmapped it actually to find this. That's what we see in the nmap here. This is a version. That's one of the questions on the TryHackMe page, what version it is. And then we could use this to search for CVEs. Searched for there. So that's what we found. This is how we used it. And then we got the shell as root, and this is what we did there. So let's just take a screenshot of the first web page too, which was kind of ugly and old-fashioned. So let's go back to the first page. Let's see how big we should make this. I don't want like a huge... This is enough, right? We don't need all of it. There. So I'll just tab back to my here. So I'm just print screening and pasting again, and now we're already zoomed at the right place even. Oops. So something like this. So is there something you're interested in? Vatsalrai Shawan. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. Pronouncing names is hard. So in Twitch, people usually just like short names. But on YouTube, you usually, or sometimes you use your full name. I know. I do that too on Twitch too, actually. I have several there. So let's just, we can, in Obsidian, that's the note-taking tool here, we can use like 600 here to make it a bit tinier. So it still will take as much space like in a hard drive on the GitHub where I sync my notes to. And then we could log in with this in username field, and we also did SQL map, and I should have a tab for that, and I like missed that. Well, let's put it here then, because I want that part of the notes too. Right, we also left it running trying to figure out the password. So I'm just going through this now. We're done with this one. I skipped this. We didn't use this. So exit. This is where we're still on the machine. If we would like to explore a bit more on this one, we could go right. We could have cd'd to home. So cd dot yeah, it works, meaning I might have done something like, if I didn't know where the root file was, I could have done cd home cat root.txt as the payload, and I'm actually going to run it as a payload, and because I found the file also from the web. So if we do this, we get the file, the thing we were supposed to find. And if we run this here, let's do it on this one. So the command is between the two last pipes here. Here we can just make any command. So we can just do cd home cat root.txt here, and then we will get a download. No, we're logged out because I clicked log out. Okay, so we first need to log in here as this user. So I'm just copying the password there. So, and now, was this still here? No. Let's use this one then, it's just so dumb long. There. So paste it here. No, I pasted the video gamer. I want to paste this. There. So now we should have a file download of root.txt, but I don't think it could. Could it read that file name? The file names of these files are kind of funny. Anyway, if we look at the other downloads, we already have root.txt here. So maybe that's a bad file name to have. This one works fine. And here we also can see that this is the one that timed out. We couldn't download the file because we got the shell here. This is a working one. And this has 0 bytes, so it didn't work. That's good to know. So it worked there on the command line, but it didn't work. Oh my, I'm stupid. So what do I need to do for this to work? Possibly. So we want to encode this there. You can't just send those characters onto the web page. You won't know what we're doing. So let's go again. What happened? Oh right, it's that here. So did it change it still? No, I don't think it was correct. So we still got a 0, so it might not be that. Okay, so but if we were to type the full path, oh no, no. So if we just do cat root here, then we get the file with the root.txt contents. I was thinking, could we cheat it? Let's close these windows. Oh, I have a screenshot of that and of that. So it's done. I have this bit. We can exit. And we are done with the tunnel. This is the user one. Do I have notes on this? So let's see. SSH is this one. So we have where we got the user one and where we found the 10,000. Good. So let's exit that one too. And here is John. I don't have John in the notes. So really more things. So we need John. There. And this is more like 2.5. Let's do 2.1 so it's sorted, and then we have SQL map. Well, this is 0.2 then because we got this from SQL map, right? So new node 2.1 SQL map. And that's what I would like to do more, manually do it. That's the thing. But it's about time to make lunch. So let's exit that one. Here's where I had the database. So I was playing around with it.
YouTube message from Vatsalraj Chauhan. What exactly are we trying to hack?
It's a try hack me learning room. I'll show you. So try hack me is a website here where you can learn things, and this is a learning path here. So there are lots of free stuff on this page too. But if you click the learn here, you can see different paths you can do. And I've done these. We finished the junior penetration testing a few days ago, and now we're doing the offensive pen testing one. And in this one, there are lots of different things that'll pop up. So I already had these done since they're overlapping the paths. And then I've done these the last few days here. And this one now then. So the next one is called Skynet. So this one is finished. You get these flags you're supposed to get from these boxes. You start them, you get an IP. Then you can do like Nmap and different things to look at the web page on the box. I don't think there's any reason to start the next one now, because I only have like 15 minutes left. But I'm thinking we can try exploring SQL manually instead of with SQL Map, because SQL Map feels like cheating for me. To have a tool that does things, you're not entirely sure what it does. You don't know exactly all the things that you might have to know to do it yourself even. So yeah. So to find the tables and things, we could do that manually instead. Even, let's see. It doesn't show the commands. I exited there. So in this one I was just getting the table containing that. Oh, let's see. Did it actually find it finally? No clear password found. No, it didn't. Because I tried to have SQL Map itself try to crack the password, because it asked if I wanted it to. And it tried for a long time here. Here's the hours. 9:46. And then it tried until 10:11 and it failed. And Jan got this one and it did it in 1 second. So you shouldn't try letting SQL Map crack caches for you. That's not very smart, apparently. Yeah, so we don't have to save these notes too. This is just its suggested command, I think. Here we just have the nmap of the box itself, and then the nmap of using a SSH tunnel to get to the port that it had like not open externally. And we could see what was running there. There's also another port, but I closed the SSH tunnel. I almost want to do it a look again. Also, there's a disallowed entry in the robots txt here. Oh. Oh, it is root. Here. Yeah, I'm getting hungry. I'm hungry. So I think that next time, instead of continuing the other one, or maybe I'll do this between when I'm not streaming. I'll recheck the SQL injection room because the notes I made from this, I can't find them, and I think they were very useful with all of these union select databases and all the things. It's very, very useful. Getting information about the databases, I think that's first it's just basic on what's a database, what is SQL, but then it will start, let's see, so
YouTube message from ST0RM. Do you know network basics?
Yeah, I worked as a IT specialist for quite some time. So network basics, I know from long ago. Yeah, so these are the kind of things. You can also do these kinds of things to find out what kind of database it is. This is the real interesting bit of this room, I think.
YouTube message from ST0RM. That's good.
Yeah, so you interested in this? You're getting started too? Cause there's lots of things to learn if you want to, you know. Right, I pulled my lists here of SQL's tests you can make, and I will make better notes on SQLi, SQL injection, but we started a bit. Let's see, where is it here? So this is just the first starter, and since on this one this was enough to fix it.
YouTube message from ST0RM. I'm study ethical hacking for 2 years.
Oh, cool. I think I've started like 1 year ago. I was actually looking at it because I was thinking of you know, all the people, what do you call it? They're calling these scammers and stuff, you know. And I was thinking, oh, then if I were to do that, I need a safe machine. And then I like said, oh, this is so interesting. I'll look at this instead. Yeah, so I kind of stumbled into it there. But I also have been programming since I was a kid, really. But yeah, so this needs to be updated and made better. And oh, sorry, I'm not tired really. So I'm going to go and make food for me and my kids and lunch, and then I'm going to be back at like 14:15. I'm going to make an IRL stream, and now it's actually sunny outside again. It was raining a lot recently, and I'm probably going to like be climbing some tiny rocks thingies. We'll see. Depends on the weather. If it's very wet and slippery, maybe it's not smart to do that.
YouTube message from Vatsalraj Chauhan. Bye.
Yeah.